Week 9. Again, we say it every week. It's going by way too fast, but very excited for it to be here. Pretty interesting day today. As you can see, me and Ethan are rivals today. We usually are always kind of rivals, but we usually our bets are on the same side. We usually root for the same teams, except when it comes for Michigan and Michigan State. And that is a big game for me and Ethan tonight. For the rest of the country, it probably means absolutely nothing. Michigan State, record-wise, not fantastic. Eye test, not fantastic. Michigan's probably the most overrated freaking team that keeps sneaking back into the ranks. So two really mediocre, below mediocre teams. But me and Ethan are excited for it because again, big rivalry in our state, in our hometown teams, and the teams we grew up watching and cheering for. So excited for that. We do have a couple other ranked games as well. But basically on this, we talk through the slate, me and Ethan. It's kind of just as much for me and him as it is for you guys. We pick each other's brains. I already have some bets locked in. I know Ethan has some bets locked in. We talk about the bets we have. We talk about the bets that we're thinking about. And then if we agree or disagree, then it just helps us get a little sense of mind before the day starts. So yeah, really excited for it. A lot of big SEC matchups, like I said, and then a really, really fishy line that me and Ethan both love that we'll talk about here shortly. But basically, let's get into it. And if there is any games that you guys want in the chat there, just let us know and we can jump to that game. Basically, we take it from time slot to time slot. So we'll start at noon, go all the way to, I don't think we have a tuck me in, I'm in piss Hawaii bet tonight, but basically from noon all the way down to 10 is what we'll do here. But if you want us to jump to a game, please let us know. But Ethan, welcome. How are you feeling about this Saturday, and how are you feeling about heading into the weekend?
Yeah, for starters, didn't even know there was a football game tonight. I am this is basketball gear here, so just excited for the basketball season, which is I think 9 days away now. So but no, I'll be on Sparty. I mean, it sucks, but I think this is the year that Sparty actually covers. I don't know if they went outright, but looking forward to that game. Looking forward to the slate in general. Yeah, and already have a winner from I think Tuesday. Back, I don't even remember who. Kennesaw State. So 1-0 on the week, college football, which nice to get a winner early in the week, especially on a team that I would have never bet on a Saturday. But yeah, looking at quite a few bets today. Trying not to overextend. I felt like I just had so many bets in last week, and then again I brought it up multiple times, but the second I texted you, I was just in complete piss. Just looking at, you can look at action, you see all the red of how games are going, and the projected loss total on the day, and I was just like, oh god, here we go. It's the big losing Saturday that I've been waiting for that I haven't had yet. Luckily, Arkansas, Georgia, thank you. But yeah, we'll see how many bets I have locked in today, but looking forward to it. Big rivalry game for us, obviously, like we mentioned. So it's always a good Saturday when that game's going on.
In a night game, which will be fun. Even though the crowd at Sparty has not, or at East Lansing has not been fantastic this year, it is a night game against Michigan. They'll get up for it. I do have a couple buddies going to the game as well. I am jealous of that. I will be at the Big House next week. If anyone's there, let me know. I'll be there freezing my ass off. Unbeknownst to us, before we bought tickets, it's a night game. The max on that day is like 41 degrees. So at 7:30 p.m., it's going to be, we're going to be cold. We are taking a bus, though, so we can get absolutely trash canned.
Nice.
Let's get into the slate here. And please, I actually can see the Virginia teams on my phone here. So, but if there is any Virginia teams that are missing, just please let me know here. But let's start with another good thing I wanted to point out. Not the greatest start to the day besides this first game. So it's given me a little ease because I don't have to have everything locked in because we don't have 7 great matchups at noon. A lot of the better games start at 3:30 and later tonight. So gives me a little peace of mind. I don't have to have everything locked in at noon. I can maybe wait on some bets, see how some bets are doing before, like you said, overextend and potentially put myself up for failure there. But let's start with the big game. Again, I should probably look this up. Where is College Game Day? Is it at
Vanderbilt?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof. God, give me Missouri. Anyways, Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Ole Miss is number 8. Oklahoma is number 13. This line's been all over this week. I believe it was somewhere at 3.5 at open, 4.5 is what it's at right now. Yesterday, it got up to 5.5 in favor of Oklahoma. So it's seems like Oklahoma's staying pretty steady above that hook of 3. Like I said, right now 4.5. They got up to 5.5. So I personally still think Oklahoma's the right betting side. The line dropping from 5.5 to 4.5 in the last 12 hours doesn't scare me too much because like we always say, the public does jump on these teams late before kickoff. So that doesn't scare me too much. But yeah, I think Ole Miss is a little overrated, and I think people are still a little scared to back Oklahoma after that really bad loss to Texas. Again, not a bad loss, bad performance. John Mateer is back from injury, first game back, bad thumb, threw 4 picks. Texas had to do pretty much nothing to win that game. Ole Miss put up a huge effort last week against Georgia, where they looked good for a majority of the game, but just a huge effort. Oklahoma won pretty easily against South Carolina on a good bounce back spot. So I'm going to take Oklahoma here. I don't love the spread, so I actually do have this parlayed on the money line. I'll give you my money line, the second leg of that parlay. When we talk about it, it is my favorite bet of the day, that second leg. But I'm just going to get safe here. I think Oklahoma wins. I don't trust the 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 point spread. So I'm just going to get safe. I'm seeing if you really just want to take the single money line, it's minus 180. Honestly, that's not too bad for me. I could get behind that. I know it's pretty ugly, but 18 to pay $10, I don't hate it. So Oklahoma was my play for that big game at noon. How about you? That was a huge rant too. We'll go much quicker, but sorry about that.
No, I'm right there with you. It's the only bet I've locked in so far today is Oklahoma minus the 4.5. We'll just go to my grave saying that Ole Miss is just still overrated. Yeah, they got their first loss last week. I think a lot of people will jump in now. Oh, they're not going to lose 2 in a row. They're catching points. They're ranked higher than Oklahoma. Rankings don't mean anything. It's honestly beautiful that we get the rankings because it's such an easy way to make money in college football. Because public just loves it. They think, oh, Oklahoma's the 13th ranked team. They're the 13th best team. And it's just, obviously it does not work like that. But yeah, I like Oklahoma. We talked about John Mateer getting healthier from that injury. At home here, they had that get right game against South Carolina. You mentioned on our Power 4 pick show the gauntlet of the schedule that Oklahoma has coming up. This is the first of the remaining 5-game gauntlet that they have. I always like that team. The first game of a massive a schedule coming up. I like them to get off on a good note with that first game. I like Oklahoma a lot. I think they win close to double digits probably.
Wow. Okay. That's good. That's good to hear there. This next game up, we have Virginia. I don't even know what they're ranked. What are they? 15, some bullshit like that. Virginia at North Carolina, who is not good. Chapel Bill, they suck. But North Carolina looks like 11.5 to a 10.5 point dog at home. I'm just waiting to fade Virginia, and we're kind of running out of options here. Virginia is not good. They had a couple good wins, but they are not a good football team. You can't even get their odds. The last I checked to make the college football playoff. Oh, never mind. You can't get their odds. That's why I couldn't see it because I live in freaking Virginia. That makes sense now. But I wonder what their odds are to make the college football playoff because it's got to be. I mean, if BYU's plus 550, Virginia is going to have to be plus 750 or above. I mean, this team's not good. So I'm just waiting for them to freaking collapse. And honestly, what better way to have them collapse to a terrible North Carolina team? So I might sprinkle North Carolina money line and maybe just throw $5 on it to say that I did. But I'm going to do everything in my power to fade Virginia for the remainder of the season. And I don't know, this just feels like a really sneaky spot for North Carolina to catch Virginia off guard. So that's where I'm leaning. Don't know if I'll get there.
Plus 400 on Virginia.
Really?
Yeah. But you got to imagine it's because their strength of schedule or their remaining strength schedule is not great. I'm with you in the concept that I'm also looking to jump in and fade Virginia, but I'm not going to do it here in this game. I just don't trust North Carolina at all. With Bill Belichick coming in, I feel like this could have been a game that Virginia was looking forward to. And yeah, they've just been gutting out the wins, which obviously if they gut out a win here, they're probably not covering double digits, but I don't know. I just don't think I can get there with North Carolina. So I hope they rout North Carolina today, and then we can come back and get them against Cal. next week. I would feel much safer
Yeah.
backing Cal at home than I do North Carolina, even though Cal's not that good either. Um, but yeah, looking to fade Virginia. Just don't think I'll be doing it this week. And just to, touch on how fraudulent Virginia probably is, last 3 games that they've won all of, at the end of regulation combined, they were up 2 points in those 3 games. 2 overtime wins and a 2-point win against whoever they played last week, Washington State. So, yeah, looking to fade Virginia, just not today.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of crazy on the odds there because BYU is plus 550 to make the playoff. They have Iowa State this weekend, Texas Tech next weekend, TCU, Cincinnati, UCF. That's easily 2 to 3 losses. I know they're undefeated, but Virginia has North Carolina, Cal, Wake Forest, Duke, Virginia Tech. I mean, that's easily 2 or 3 losses as well. So I don't know. That's crazy. I'm not an odd maker, but I should be. God damn it. Okay, we have Syracuse, Georgia Tech. We have UCLA, Indiana, and we'll throw that other Big Ten game in here. Northwestern, Nebraska. Anything in those three? I do not. Again, trying to find a way to fade Georgia Tech, but I just don't think this is a game they lose.
I agree. And I don't know how much look ahead there is for Syracuse, but they do play Friday night, Halloween night, hosting Bill Belichick in North Carolina. So I don't know if that's a spot that they are looking forward to. But yeah, after Steve Angeli went down, I mean, it's hard to back Syracuse. So I'm not going to back them against Georgia Tech. I do lean with the heavy public on UCLA. Just I don't know. It just feels like Indiana is at their absolute peak right now. Um, but they like covering games. They're kind of like the Penn State of old, where they run up the score, they cover. UCLA has kind of gotten found out about. It looks like with the coaching change, it looks like Nico actually cares about playing instead of just getting money now. So I don't know. I leaned UCLA. Was happy to see that game was pretty public to UCLA because it is easy for me to stay off of it. And then I actually really like Nebraska. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I think I might. But just think it's the time to jump in against Northwestern. Well, we thought it was last week, and then Purdue laid a complete egg. Did not put up a point. But I think this week they're at Nebraska. Nebraska could not have looked worse on Friday night against Minnesota. A game where a lot of public eyes were on that game, being a Friday night kind of spotlight game there. So I don't think anyone's going to want to jump in on Nebraska. They're going to look at Northwestern, see they've won 4 games in a row. They beat Penn State. They beat UCLA before UCLA was that good. Shut out Purdue, and they get over a touchdown with Northwestern. It seems way too easy to take Northwestern. So I think I'm probably going to jump in on Nebraska. Northwestern 5-2, like it's kind of hard to believe, but they're not really that good. So yeah, I think I'll be on Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska with that 6-24 loss to Minnesota, who it's at Minnesota, but I mean, come on. The only people still losing to Minnesota now are the Wisconsins and Nebraskas of the world. Minnesota is a joke to even Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, even USC would just, I think, roll Minnesota. So the fact that you're losing and getting shut out to them is kind of crazy. Anyways, and then yeah, Northwestern, not sold them at all. Beat UCLA before UCLA's streak. ULM, Penn State, who sucks, and then Purdue, who sucks. So yeah, I don't hate it at all. I think the 7.5 is definitely fishy there. I'm going to stay off Indiana. I think they're immune to these look ahead spots and hangover spots, and I don't know. The water's different there in what is it, Bloomington?
Yep.
So I'm going to stay off that. Go UCLA, but yeah. And then Syracuse, Georgia Tech. Yeah, no bet in there for me. I'm going to fade Georgia Tech. I think it's going to be, again, Georgia Tech undefeated. They're plus 115 to make the playoff. I don't think they make the playoff. They play Georgia to end their season. South Carolina, nope. Sorry. NC State, Boston College, and Pitt after Syracuse here. I think they're going to either lose to NC State or Pitt. So I'll be fading them probably next week or the week or 2 weeks after that. They're going to lose 2, in my opinion. So Yeah, just looking to fade them, just not today. There's a couple other games as well at noon that I just totally brushed over here. I actually am on this game. Look at that. Once again, I'm not a whole lot of original thought here. I'm following a bunch of guys that I do kind of respect and like in the betting world here, but I am on Wake Forest, and I'm seeing it's a little sharp. I got them at plus 3.5, hosting SMU. SMU is not as good as they were last year, which even last year I think they're overrated. We saw what happened when they made the college football playoff and got murdered. SMU also off a big win against Clemson at Clemson. Which when's the last time SMU beat Clemson at Clemson? I mean, when's the last time anyone beat Clemson at Clemson? So huge win for SMU. Again, Clemson's ass, but still, it's now even going into Happy Valley now at Penn State and winning. That's still a really big accomplishment, even for how bad their program is. So I think they're feeling a little hot are high on themselves. And Wake Forest, they're not a great ball club, but they lost to Georgia Tech by 1. Bad loss to NC State by 10. Beat Va Tech. I don't know. I'm gonna take a shot at Wake at home, and I'm just gonna trust that the sharp bet is right and that this better that I'm following knows what he's doing. So Wake is a play for me at plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like Wake as well. Yeah, I'll keep it short. I mean, basically everything you said. Bad spot for SMU off the road win against Clemson. Obviously, Clemson having a down year, but still a huge win for SMU with Miami on deck. Just a classic sandwich spot here on the road. Wake Forest, a team that has not been a good football team in a long time. Um, but they've been doing all right this week, off 2 road wins and a bye, which is kind of giving me a little bit of pause, just because that the momentum stopper. Uh, but yeah, I just think SMU is probably going to completely overlook Wake Forest here. So that's one I'm debating. Do I play both them and Nebraska, or do I just pick one or the other? So we'll see. I'll tweet it out. I'll pick one or the other, or play both. Not sure yet, but do like Wake Forest.
Yeah, I completely overlooked a very, very monumental power group of 5 game at noon. This is going to have huge playoff implications. This is USF at Memphis, 2 teams fighting for that 12 seed in the college football playoff. USF is a 4.5 point road favorite. This game would have been a lot better if freaking Memphis didn't lose as 21-point favorites last week to UAB. It would have been a 7-0 Memphis against a 6-1 USF. Memphis would probably be favored, in my opinion, in that game. So I still kind of like the Tigers here. I think you're getting a really good value. Oh, I don't know if that. Oh, they're 6.5. Excuse me, 6.5 point dogs. Thanks, Pickett. Show me the wrong line. If you want -4.5 for UCF or USF, it's on ESPN Bet at -120. Um, yeah, I still think the value's on Memphis. Again, really bad loss at UAB. They were 20-something point favorites in that game. Lose it. We all know USF really haven't. I mean, they're blowing teams out. Really good win against North Texas, which turns out North Texas still does not have a defense. You see their quarterback threw for 608 yards last night.
My God.
608. Um, yeah, USF with the Florida win, which is fantastic at the time. It's still not Florida's still not fantastic, but at Florida SEC win, they beat Boise, who's kind of storming back, so that still looks okay. Lost to Miami, got smoked by Miami, but again, it is what it is when you play a big boy ACC team. But I still think the value's on Memphis. I don't know. I probably won't bet it just because I feel like I'm rooting for Memphis to knock off USF, but just to make that 12 seed a little more interesting. If you have a 2-loss USF team, is a 1-loss Navy team going to get in, or is a
Right.
Tulane team going to get in? So that's kind of what I'm rooting for, just a little chaos as that 12 seed. But yeah, I lean Memphis. I think it's good value.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay off this game, but it's gonna be the one where Memphis wins outright, and I'm kicking myself for not backing Memphis. But the line move late like this, I've just learned over the years of doing this, it never goes well. I think
No
this was
matter
four
what
and a half.
side you pick, yeah.
Right. I think Memphis was 4.5. It's now 6.5. Like, yeah, I just can't get there on Memphis. And then the other thing that just worries me with Memphis is their strength of schedule is ass. They're 127th out of 136, I believe, in all of FBS. And then South Florida is 44th strength of schedule. And, they obviously everyone knows how battle tested they were early. Boise State, Florida, Miami won 2 out of 3 of those, beat North Texas, routed them. So some good wins there. And I just feel like, they've already played good teams. They've already had that scare of losing early. And then they've bounced back. They got themselves back into the rankings. And, had they won all those games, now I would probably look to jump in on Memphis. But I just think, USF is for real. They've already had that scare, like I said. So, and the late line move. It's going to keep me off of Memphis. But I just know when 17-0 after a quarter and a half, I'm going to be like, that was easy. That was the easiest bet of the day. And I left it on the table. But can't do it.
Yeah, talking about things that are obviously going to happen, I gave my way too early college football playoff bracket prediction where I have USF in and I have Texas in. So that means both those teams are going to lose this week, and it's going to make me look like an absolute idiot. So there's that. Texas was maybe a little scary, but they're plus 180 to make it, so it's not that far out. Kansas State, Battle of Kansas. Somehow Kansas, I guess, is the favorite by 3.5. 3.5 on DraftKings. Seeing money on K-State. I don't hate K-State. I think Kansas is overrated for even a 4-3 loss team. I don't think they're very good. K-State, man. I'm not betting it. I'm not getting involved on freaking Kansas State. Get me off that. Anything for you?
Lean Kansas, but don't want to lay over a field goal with Kansas, so I'm also staying off.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as I got myself started talking on K-State, I was like, well, that's Florida State. That's pretty much Florida State. It's not K, that's an F you're seeing.
I basically just scroll past K-State now. Because I know I'm not backing them.
Game of the day, Presbyterian against Dayton. Dayton, just kidding. Dayton's a dog to Presbyterian. I don't even know what
7-0 Presbyterian.
Are they 7-0?
Are they a wagon?
Oh my god, they are. I don't even know if they're eligible. What league is that?
Pioneer League.
So that's got to be AA. FCS.
Yeah.
FCS. It's got to be. Dayton's not FBS.
Looks like their best win here is Butler, maybe.
Yeah, Butler's FCS.
Bluefield State, 76-3.
Butler. Everyone says they're going to Butler D1 football to play football. Butler is pretty much a D3 because that league gives 0 scholarships athletically to football.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just had to toot my own horn, or not toot my own horn. Yell at those guys from my hometown that said they're playing D1 football at Butler. No, you're freaking not. Anyways, sorry, the coffee is kicking my frontal lobe here. 12:45. I'm staying off this game because line has moved. I should have gotten a better line. The guy that I'm following, majority of his picks today, has Arkansas to +1. Arkansas is now -2.5. So I missed that by about 3.5 point window. I hate it when I do that. Again, he was sharp early, obviously. I don't know if it was injury news. I don't know what it was. Arkansas has gained 3.5 points. So I'm staying off it. I missed my window, but I lean Arkansas here.
Yeah, I don't really have much. These teams are just equivalents. They play tough, they play tight, and then they find a way to lose. So don't know which one's going to win. They probably tie.
They ball out against big opponents and then lose to trash teams. It's basically.
I know you like these kind of bets. Overtime. Don't hate it.
Oof. You know what? Over, too. Just kidding. Yeah, don't hate the overtime. Should be taking every NBA game overtime in the opening week.
Yeah. No kidding.
Okay, going down the slate, we have a bunch of crap out one. A couple Mac scores. I do have one Mac bet. I'm just going to give it right now because I'm going to forget it when I pass over it. I have the under in Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio. 41.5. Why? Again, that one guy I'm following pretty religiously is on it. He doesn't do any totals ever. This is the first total I've seen this year. So when you see one, you got to bet it. So the under in the MAC game between Western and Miami, Ohio at 41.5. Again, don't really know the reasoning, but when you see something, you got to take it.
Yep. No opinion.
Good. If you did, I'd be a little worried about you.
Not action yet.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
coming.
In
but it is
what's the league playing right now? What's that league? Like New Mexico's league, New Mexico State's.
Isn't it
I don't know. There's two different leagues going on right now at the Tuesday,
CUSA
Wednesday,
is one of
Thursday.
them, isn't it?
CUSA, which is that like Sam Houston or is that the different one?
I think that's like South
I think,
Alabama and
yeah, there's that one, and there's Sam Houston, New Mexico, Mexico State.
let's see.
I don't know.
Mexico State is in the oh, they're in CUSA.
Okay, so it is USA. Okay,
Uh,
Conference USA.
yeah, I think. Yeah, I think they're all CUSA, maybe.
Okay. That makes sense then. Getting to know a lot of these USA teams. La Tech, whoo-wee.
Oh yeah,
Um,
backed them against LSU.
yeah.
Easy cover.
Easy cover. That was one of the we should have. I don't know. That was a good cover by us. Let's go to
South
3.
Alabama is Sun Belt. So
Okay, I knew we were getting some like Sun Belt in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're on like the 3:30 time slot here. There's a couple. Dude. So anyways, in that college football playoff bracket video, someone's like, "You're telling me a 2-loss UConn team doesn't make it in here?" And they were dead ass serious. I'm like, "Are you listening to the words coming out of your mouth?" If First of all, if UConn finishes the season undefeated, they'll have 2 losses, and they're to Syracuse and they're to someone bad. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you know how bad ratings would be? And do you know how much they would get killed in that first game? Anyways,
Yeah.
UConn's minus 10.5 against Rice.
Playoff team.
That's a playoff team.
Delaware's their other loss.
Yeah.
That
Like
took them out of it right there.
Yeah. So, anyways, comment of the day goes to that young man. All right, let's get into the big boy games. Again, the noon isn't fantastic. We do start picking back up at 3:30 here. 4 really good games that I have. No, I have 3 out of 3 bets on 4 of them. Let's start with the ranked game. We have Missouri at Vandy. Vandy's up to a 3-point favorite here, over under 52.5. I mean, my gut's telling me Mizzou, but
Same here.
I just don't know if I can bet it, man. Like, do I really want to bet against a gritty game on the gritty team Vandy that's probably going to find a way? I don't know. I lean Mizzou pretty heavy.
I do too. And I think what's keeping me off is A, it moved to 3, which is obviously a key number. B, like, does game day help Vandy? I feel like that's a team that game day being there, like, I don't know.
And we had Ski Mask Diego last week. What's he going to be wearing this week? A thong?
Right.
He's going to be all over that. He's probably going to be, him and Pat McAfee are probably going to be shirtless right before kickoff.
Right. Did they have a game day last year during their little stretch?
Not at home, I don't think.
Okay.
They might have been on someone else's. I don't remember.
Okay. Because, like, when the hell was the last time Vanderbilt was college game day host?
I don't know if that's ever happened.
I doubt it.
Let me look it up.
It wouldn't have, unless it was last year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to see how the earlier games go. It's Missouri or pass for me, but
I agree. And we talked about this on our Power 4 picks show. These teams are very similar to me. Both not super athletic. They're not, they're not flashy, but they're really, really gritty. I think both quarterbacks are winners. You got Bo Pribula or whatever his name is, the transfer from Penn State. You got Diego, who is just an absolute competitor. So I think they're very, very similar teams. But I still like Mizzou. I don't know. Interesting game. Very excited to watch it. Again, another really big playoff implication game. Both these teams can't afford another loss. They could still get in at 2 losses, obviously, but the rest of their schedule is going to have some big boy games on them. So must-win game for both these teams, in my opinion, if they want to have a future in the college football playoff. But, yeah, super excited to watch it. It's probably my favorite watch of the 3:30.
Yeah, I'll give a spoiler alert too. Neither of those teams are making the playoff,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
no, I agree. Missouri's interesting because they have one loss right now. They're at Vandy. They play A&M next week. So say they beat Vandy today, they lose to A&M. It's going to put them at 2 losses, and then they play Mississippi State, winnable, Oklahoma, winnable, at Arkansas, winnable. So that could put them technically, if they beat one, if they split between Vandy and A&M, 2 losses.
Do you write down the team schedules?
I did for that. I have all top 25 teams remaining schedules in my prediction of each game. Yeah.
Look at you. I respect it. I'm kind of the old school note taker.
Dude. I mean, this might be autism, but I keep all of my notes, dude. Every single one.
All right. Give me a second.
That is freaking autism, dude. We're
There's this one. And not only that, I have folders broken down by league and year, and I take notes. Well, it's mainly college football and NFL. But
oh boy.
Let's see here. These are just weekly notes that I write for myself to then go look at the following year. Week 9, I'll be looking at this year's week 9, see where my head was at.
You know what? I respect the organization.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Trying not to make the same mistake twice, After last year's debacle of a season and really everything, I said I can't go through with that again, so I need to take handwritten notes every day or every week of football, see where things are at.
You know what? I'm glad we're on the same page there because I was getting a little nervous of why do I have all these things that I'm never going to look at them. At least you're looking at them.
Yeah, well, that's the plan.
Oh, boy. Anyways, yes. I do have every team's remaining schedule here.
Long story short, lean Missouri.
Long story short, I think Missouri could cover that. Bama, South Carolina. Do have a bet here, and I'm kind of going on my own here. Bama, let me pull them up. I believe Bama has won 4 ranked games in a row. They have absolutely destroyed their schedule as of late. Got back into the talks. Obviously, got back into the top 4 with big win. It all started, I believe, was Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Georgia started that streak at Georgia.
Yep.
Huge win. Well, they beat Wisconsin, but then at Georgia, ranked. Versus Vandy, win, ranked. At Missouri, win, ranked. Versus Tennessee, win, ranked. Now they play a little old South Carolina team that, woe is me, we're 3-4. We've lost 4 out of our last 5. Give me South Carolina on the spread. I got them at 12.5. They're 11.5 now. At some point, the gas has got to stop for Bama. I mean, I think they're a very good team. I know you're still pretty high on Bama. You think they're getting priced a little bit more correctly now that they've proven themselves, especially the last 4 weeks. But I don't know. I think South Carolina's going to keep it close. I'm not saying Bama's going to lose, but maybe it comes down to a touchdown, a field goal, even 10 points. Obviously, I'd be okay with the spread. So I locked in South Carolina plus 12.5 here. Also seeing 82% of the bets coming in on Bama spread.
I love South Carolina.
Okay.
This might be my favorite play of the day.
Here we go.
You know how much we like that other game.
We don't talk before the show either, so this is this is autism.
I love South Carolina, and yeah, I finally lost the spread. I was what was that 6-0 on Bama spreads predictions. Did lose last week. I gave a very, very small lean to Tennessee. Obviously, Bama got the cover. But Bama's now covered every single game since they lost that week 1 to Florida State. Outside of Missouri was a push. I think it closed 3. Could have been 3.5, but for the sake of the exercise here, we're saying they covered every single spread. That just doesn't happen to these teams like Alabama, the Georgias, the Michigans, the Oregon's, you don't go a full year covering spreads. They eventually are going to get your number right, and I think they have here. Um, just think Alabama's overpriced in this spot. And yeah, you mentioned that gauntlet. I think I read that's the first SEC team ever to win back to back to back to back ranked games.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. And two of them are on the road.
Yeah, yeah. And then not only that, but obviously Georgia, their biggest rival, Vanderbilt revenge game from last year, on the road against Missouri, Tennessee revenge game from last year. So 4 games that they really, really cared about. And then, they're not going to care that much about South Carolina. They have LSU on deck. They do have a bye before that, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I just finally think Alabama's overpriced. Public. They've been covering spreads for everybody for weeks. Don't think they cover this one. I think this game could get dicey.
Ooh, I love it.
I also really quick, if you just want to set up the next game, I have to turn this space heater off because I'm burned.
It is getting that time of the year where it's absolutely freezing. I just had to turn my heat on. It's like, I don't know. I checked this morning. It was 41 degrees in freaking Virginia. So we've been the fall is here. The winter's coming. My toes are actually purple at the moment. That's a circulation issue. Um, Okay, keep it on that 3:30. We do have 5 guys in here. Let us know what game you guys want us to talk about, and do consider subscribing over here at YouTube. It helps us continue this. But hopefully, you guys are enjoying your Saturdays, and yeah, just talking through a little college ball at the moment.
We promise if you subscribe, we'll never show you our handwritten note stack ever again.
Yeah. And please don't tell the FBI. I'm pretty sure I have some. I doodle, and all my doodles somehow turn into weird symbols.
Yeah, they're too busy dealing with the NBA. You're good.
Yeah. Also, we're getting way off track here. I really apologize, guys. But I saw this tweet, or no, this comment on my own video about the Texans game. And it said, the only reason people watch NFL is because you can bet on it. We have to if you outlaw sports betting, no one would watch NFL. NBA and MLB will overtake the NFL. And I'm like, you are a freaking moron if you believe people are watching the NFL only because they can bet on it. Guess what? They can bet on all sports now, you idiot. And NFL blows them out of the water.
Yeah.
Anyways.
NFL is and always has been king.
Yeah. This coffee is hitting way too hard. I think I'm screaming too. Oh, here's my Western Michigan. What'd you say? Okay, that was snarky. Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio. There's my under. There's it is. I knew it wouldn't forget it. Let's get over to where am I at? Oh yeah. Let's keep our let's get into our favorite game. We've wasted enough of these guys' time. Number 11 BYU at Iowa State. This is my game of the week. I wish I had more confidence. I would call it a game of the month, bet of the month. But my confidence isn't shot, especially because this strategy went over 2 last week. But we have BYU, like I said, one of 6 undefeated teams, number 11 in the country, had a huge win against Utah. Granted, it was at home, but huge win in the Holy War against a big rival in Utah, where they were a underdog. Now they're playing Iowa State, 2-loss Iowa State, who is fine. I wouldn't say they're a really easy opponent. They're still battling to win this Big 12, but they're not great. But Iowa State is a 2.5-point home favorite. I understand, and everyone's really quick to tell me. I understand how home field works. I understand how Vegas adds them. So technically, if you think about it, Iowa State, this game is pretty much a pick 'em on a neutral site. Iowa State might be a slight favorite on a neutral site. Even so, I mean, whatever happened to the BYU hype? I mean, everyone's on BYU. Shouldn't BYU on a neutral site be like a 7-point favorite? I mean, hell, this team's 7-0. This team's just beat Utah. I mean, this team's the talk of the town. And the line's fishy, the line's off. I got to take unranked teams that are favored against ranked teams. I have to do it. I'll go to my grave with that engraved on my tombstone. Wyatt died taking unranked teams against ranked teams until whatever. But I'm over Iowa State. Iowa State money line. I've locked them in straight. I locked them in on 2 parlays. One already has a leg down. That other parlay that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I am taking Oklahoma money line and Iowa State money line. But all over Iowa State, I'm trying to refrain from taking them for 2 units because I really, really, really like this team. But like I said, confidence is just not quite there for me. It is more in the NFL or college football. NFL, my confidence is pretty low. But I love Iowa State. Give me the freaking Cyclones.
Yep. right there with you. Love Iowa State. Yeah, I thought this would maybe be like a 3-4 unit play for me earlier in the week. It's a little public, and I hate that. Not saying the public can't win, they do, but it refrains me from putting more on it than what I thought I was going to have a big play, and I'm probably just going to do one unit on it. But yeah, I just can't overlook the bad spot for BYU, the good spot for um, Iowa State. But obviously, BYU undefeated off the win against Utah. They have Texas Tech on deck. Again, same as Alabama. They have a bye before that, so that does kind of take me a little bit more off of this game. But Iowa State, the two road losses and the bye, absolutely love that spot for really any team. Um, Now coming back home where they're undefeated at home, yeah, I just in Iowa State's head, they probably still have a shot of getting where they want to go this year. It's not going to happen. You can't go lose to Colorado and Cincinnati. I mean, I guess that's an okay loss, but they're not going to make a playoff spot. But I don't know if they necessarily know that yet. So yeah, I just think this game means everything for Iowa State. I just love the two road losses with the bye right after it. Think Iowa State comes out, wins, covers. I'll be on the spread. No, I'll probably be on the money line. Yeah, like Iowa State. One of my favorite plays today. Probably
Yep.
just a notch below South Carolina.
Really? South Carolina above them.
Oh, I love South Carolina.
Okay. Wow, I love it. And we'll talk about it quickly because if we're saying true to our system when we took Iowa State, we have to take Washington, and Washington unranked dog, our unranked favorite against ranked Illinois. Granted, I know home field advantage. I know Illinois has to travel 700 miles. No, probably more than that. 1,500 miles. But I took Washington. I sprinkled half to win half a unit Washington money line. I think I got it at minus 160. I'm seeing it's down a little bit now, but if I'm staying true to my system, I have to take Washington. I don't feel as confident about it, but I got to stay true to my system because watch Washington be the unranked favorite that wins and Iowa State loses. So I got to stay true to the system. Don't love it as much, but just thought I would mention that one as well.
Yeah, you literally could not have put it any better. If I bet it, it's only because the system bet.
Yeah.
But nothing tells me that Illinois is in a bad spot, that Washington's in a good spot. There's if it weren't for that little 23 next to Illinois' name, I would never be betting this. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I agree. I got to stay true to it. And I don't love it, but I'd be kick myself if that one wins and Iowa State loses.
which
We're
is
going
going
to,
to happen. I just know
right.
it is. I just know it.
We're going a little long here, so we'll try to rapid fire a little bit. A couple other 3:30 games not as great. Minnesota at Iowa, NC State at Pitt. I am interested in this Florida Atlantic against Navy. I really do kind of like Navy to be that group of 5 team to get in. I know it would not be good for the ratings. I know they'll probably get smoked by Notre Dame. I think they play Notre Dame in 2 weeks. And I know they'll probably lose pretty bad in that game. And if they do make the college football playoff, they're probably going to lose pretty bad round 1. But I'm rooting for a military academy to get into the college football playoff. So I'm interested in that game. I am seeing people on NC State. No bet from me in Minnesota, Iowa. Might dive into this NC State game a little bit more. But anything else at 3:30 that's screaming at you?
Yeah, I don't have a ton on most of the games you just mentioned, so I won't even talk about them. But the one I do really like, I actually
Don't
love
say it.
Iowa.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
There's another game that I just saw that. Well,
Okay.
go ahead on your other one though.
Okay. I love Iowa. And here's my thing. Is Iowa actually good? Because they have a 5-point loss to Indiana, a 3-point loss on the road to Iowa State. That's it. They don't have a ton of great wins. Penn State, I guess maybe. Shut out Wisconsin on the road. I mean, 37-0. That's Wisconsin sucks, but to go on the road against a team like Wisconsin
And
and
when's the last
just shut
time
them out.
Iowa scored 37?
Right. Right. Well, I guess it was 2 weeks before that. They put 38 on North or Rutgers.
There you go.
So yeah, I think Iowa's might actually be decent. And then same thing for why I like Nebraska. Minnesota couldn't have looked any better on Friday night with the public eye on them, beating a ranked team in Nebraska, beating them good 24-6. Yeah, I don't know. I just think and the line's kind of telling. I think Iowa, like you said, they're putting up points this year. A year or two ago, 8.5. They couldn't even score 8.5 points. How in the world are they covering 8.5? So I don't know. I like Iowa. I think I'm gonna play them.
And like you said, Iowa offense might be a little bit back. Total still at 39 and a half. And these two teams, I mean, last year, what would this total be? 17 and a half.
Yeah,
um,
that has
but
like 34-3 written all over it. Stays
yeah,
under. Iowa covers.
yeah.
Big.
I do have a bet, sorry, on Fresno. I forgot about that one. No reasoning. Again, just betting a team because a guy that I follow has it. I have Fresno plus 3.5. Who are they playing? They're playing San Diego State. Really, no reasoning behind that. The game that I just piqued my interest here. I know Washington State's lost their last two games, but goddamn, have they been competitive? They lost by 2 at Virginia. They lost by 3. Almost beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss. Now they're a 1.5 point dog at home against 4-3 Toledo. I'm not going to bet it, but that is screaming Toledo to me. Toledo was supposed to win the MAC. They're not having a great year so far. Like I said, 4-3 with losses at least. And these are just the last 5, but they lost to Bowling Green and they lost to Western by 6 points combined. But yeah, I don't know. That line's screaming Toledo. I'm not going to bet it because there's too much that I've already played and too many games on that are better than this. But that's definitely piquing my interest there.
Yeah, I'm betting it. I love Toledo.
God damn it! All right, I seriously, I don't take a whole lot of convincing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's Washington State. It's a team that people know more than Toledo. I guess maybe people would know Toledo just from action. Um, but yeah, catching a 1.5 at home against a MAC school, a team that, like you said, almost just upset two ranked opponents on the road. But we talked about Washington State each of the last 2 weeks. Terrible spots for Ole Miss and Virginia during those games. They also have to travel to Oregon State for a game on deck, which obviously Oregon State not good, but they're the two teams that were left for dead there in the Pac-12. So it kind of became a rivalry when that happened. Yeah, absolutely hate the spot here for Washington State. Toledo being favored really tells you all you need to know. And Toledo has a bye on deck. Their next game will be a action game Wednesday, the 5th of November. So yeah, I like Toledo a lot. Line basically tells you everything you need to know, I think.
love it. I wrote it down. I will be betting that. Sign me up. Couple other games before we get to the 7 p.m. slate. I am on Baylor at the I got them at plus 4.5. They're plus 3.5 right now at number 21 Cincinnati. This total is at 67.5. I mean, this is going to be a shootout. If it gets into a shootout, which it looks like it's going to be, I'm going to lean Baylor in that shootout. Their quarterback is my Heisman guy in week 2. He's not going to win it anymore, but was a leading passer for like 4 or 5 weeks in college football. If it gets into a shootout like it is, I think Baylor is going to win it or cover. So I have Baylor plus 3.5. And then Texas, Mississippi State. Seeing people taking Mississippi State, and like I said, I did say Texas was going to be my playoff team as a 11 seed, which everyone really shit on me for. So it makes sense for them to lose that game. But tricky game there. It was at 6.5 for a while. Finally jumped up to 7.5. But don't think I'm going to be betting that one. And then I got nothing until the 7:30 slate.
Yeah, I lean Mississippi State, but yeah, jumping over the touchdown is telling to me. And I just think with Texas struggles this year and Mississippi State has been competitive. They only lost to Florida by 2, took Tennessee to overtime. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the spot really to jump in, fade Texas here. Um, let's see. I have nothing on that Baylor game, nothing Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. Yeah, I think I'm good to move on.
Okay, and we'll keep this relatively short with this. This poop is brewing on me with that coffee and the dip, so I will have to get off here shortly. But 7:30 we have Texas A&M, LSU, Michigan State. Um, we'll throw in Tennessee, Kentucky. It's at 7:45. We have Arizona State and Houston at 8, and then we'll just throw in Colorado and Utah. So we'll talk quickly about that ranked game, Texas A&M, LSU. I think if you are going to bet that game, the only correct side is LSU. That's where I'm leaning. Don't know if I'll throw a bet on it. I know you like LSU. And if you like something and I'm debating it, usually, like I said, I don't take a whole lot of convincing. Michigan State, I'll be straight up honest. I had a $50 free bet. I put $44 to win 40 on Michigan State plus 14.5. and that other $10 on Michigan State money line just for an emotional hedge. I think it's too many points. I really think this game is going to be pretty close at halftime. So if you like a first quarter or first half spread on Michigan State, I'd be all over that. I do think Michigan hopefully pulls away in the second half, but I think this is going to be an absolute sweat. Michigan State Super Bowl. I know we should probably talk more about this game. Actually, we probably shouldn't, but just based on my bowel movements, I'll keep it kind of short. I am on Kentucky on the spread. I'm seeing people on Houston on the spread. I'm going to stay off Houston. I'm seeing people on Houston. Then no bet for me, Colorado, Utah. But I noticed through a lot of games at you guys there. But do you have anything, especially for Texas A&M, LSU, and Michigan State?
Yeah, I'll try to hurry here for you. LSU, I'll probably be playing. I'm seeing the 2.5 is -105, so seeing if that goes to 3. Michigan State, I'll be playing as well, plus the points. Nothing in Tennessee, Kentucky for me. I cannot get myself to bet it, but I promise you, Wisconsin covers today against Oregon. Back-to-back shutouts. I just can't get myself to do it again. I had them last week against Ohio State, but I promise you Wisconsin covers that game. Yeah, I'll probably be on LSU, Michigan State at the 7:30 slot.
I love it. I love it. And sorry for taking so much time on worthless banter back and forth. It's kind of what me and Ethan do, especially a little hungover on a Saturday with coffee flowing and me and Ethan being idiots. We kind of get carried away sometimes. So I apologize for going on tangents. But before we get off here, do you want to give your best 3 bets for college football?
Yes, and really quick, I won't give any analysis here, but I do like the Dodgers World Series Game 2 tonight.
Okay.
My top 3, South Carolina, plus the points. Let's go with probably Iowa State. And then I'm gonna say Toledo.
Wow. I love Toledo. I'll go Iowa State. They are my play of the week. So I got to put them on there. We'll go Iowa State. I do like South Carolina as well. So I'll go South Carolina. The plus 12.5 is what I got that one at. And then let's go with, I don't love a whole lot others. Let's go with, I don't want to give out Toledo, but I'll be on it. I don't want to give out LSU, but I most likely will be on it. Let's go with, give me Oklahoma. I'm just going to take them outright, but if you want to take spread, go ahead. Give me Oklahoma to win against Ole Miss. Anything else before you want to get off here? I know there's NBA, NHL, MLB. Like you said, you like the Dodgers. I don't have anything in those sports. We will be getting more NBA and NHL action for you guys as the season progresses. We're just a little caught up in football at the moment.
Yeah, I have not yet looked into NHL or NBA, but follow on Twitter at eBainbridge26 at Worst Bets for Wyatt, where we do try to post all of our official plays. So if I do have anything NBA or NHL, I will be sure to post that. But like I said, just haven't looked into it yet today, so nothing to talk about on here yet.
Lovely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, sorry for the tangents. We will have. Are we going to go live tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay. If Michigan State wins, I'll probably be in the side of a ditch with my car on fire somewhere. But yeah, like I said, we cover it all over here at Better and Green. Please consider subscribing; it really helps us out. And please like and comment anytime you guys do see. Make sure you do follow us on our socials as well. We don't just cover football, like I mentioned, but we do have our college football show out where we go in depth on the top 5 matchups. We have our NFL show out where we talk about every single NFL game. We have UFC, MMA. We have soccer where Aaron is killing it over there. We have MLB, like I mentioned, NHL and NBA. So we cover it all over here at Better and Green. If you are interested in more sports, terrible sports opinions, and honestly, just some good fun, make sure you do like, subscribe, and share over here on YouTube as our main channel. But we appreciate you guys. Happy Saturday. I hope all your bets win. I hope you guys can make some money and beat Vegas today. But until then, guys, we'll most likely see you guys tomorrow morning to talk about the NFL slate. But until then, guys, we'll see you later.